people. I'm here with a friend from the United States, but he's crazy about Brazil.
I
And we're
love
gonna,
Brazil, as you can tell.
yeah, he is Jace. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. It's a pleasure to have you here. How are you today?
I'm doing great. So yeah, my name is Jace Hancock, also known as Gringo Jacinho. All my friends call me Jacinho. As he said, I love Brazil. I've been learning Portuguese for about a year and a half now. I dated a Brazilian girl, and that's how I learned it. And I started doing YouTube videos in Portuguese, so that kind of motivated me to keep practicing and stuff like that. So yeah.
How did your story with Brazilian Portuguese, besides the girlfriend, start?
Oh, so actually, it starts even before I met her. So I learned Spanish first. I was a Mormon missionary in Chile, so I learned Spanish. But I met some. So there's some Brazilians there, and I met some Brazilians there, and I thought Portuguese was a beautiful language.
Mhm.
Um, and even before that, I heard a Brazilian song. The song is Oração by a band called Banda Mais Bonita da Cidade. I don't know if you know it, but
Mhm.
I ran into that song randomly. I don't know how I found it, but I thought it was the most beautiful thing I ever heard in my life. And so ever since then, I always kind of like had in my mind, like, okay, one day I'm gonna learn Portuguese.
Mhm.
But I just never really put the effort in, and I never really had the chance
Mhm.
until I met the Brazilian girl here in Arizona, and
Mhm.
then that kind of motivated me to actually sit and learn Portuguese. So,
Great. What was the most difficult thing for you to learn about Brazilian Portuguese, or the language, or Brazil?
ooh, so the language, the most difficult thing was definitely for me. The pronunciation's hard, even after speaking it for a year and a half. My pronunciation, I think, needs a lot of work.
Mhm.
And then also the generals, like the genders of the noun. So like
Yeah.
whether something's feminine or masculine, it's super
Yeah,
hard
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there's some rules, but a lot of times you just have to memorize.
Mhm.
You just have to know it, So that's very difficult for me.
Have you ever thought that you would become this big in Brazil?
Not at all. I knew I had a feeling from when I was young. I always like wanted to do YouTube, and I had a feeling that I would become big on YouTube. I didn't know how.
Mhm.
I didn't know why.
Mhm.
I just had a feeling that I would.
Mhm.
And I've always loved other cultures too. Ever since I was little, I always hung out with people, exchange students when I was a kid. I always hung around them. I just loved to learn about their culture. Always hung out with the Mexican kids.
Yeah.
Always hung out with Tongans. We have a Polynesian culture in my city, and always hung out with them. Learned about their culture.
Mhm.
And so I always knew I wanted to do YouTube, and I always loved different cultures, but
Mhm.
I had no idea that it would be Brazil. I
Yeah.
just fell in love with it. There's not a culture like Brazil on this planet. Like there's nothing like Brazil.
Thank you so much. And how was it for you the first time that you came to Brazil?
Oh, I feel more at home in Brazil than I do in my city. People are just so loving and accepting, especially the family we were with. So my cousin married a Brazilian. He currently lives in Brazil, but the first time we went to Brazil was the first time he met his current wife. We went to go surprise her, and we stayed with her family, and
Yeah.
they're just so amazing. Like I see them as family. Like they're my family.
If you come meet me, you know that you're gonna be very welcome at my house. You know how Brazilians are. What do you think about Brazilian barbecue, by the way?
Ooh, churrasco. Oh, dude, it's my favorite. It's my favorite food. It's my favorite food on this
I
planet.
knew it. I knew
It's
it.
my. You knew it. You knew it. Oh, I
I knew
love
you were
it. I
gonna
love it.
say it. I knew you were gonna
Yeah,
say it. Yeah.
yeah, dude, it's
Everybody
my
does.
favorite. Not only just the food, but just
Yeah.
the whole vibe, the whole
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
Like I just love. It's just everyone just sitting there. You got one person grilling,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, drinking beers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the food's amazing. The
Mm-hmm.
food is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
just hanging out. It's just I love it. I love it. I love
Mm-hmm.
it.
And how can you be so fun and funny at the same time on your channel? Because you crack me up with your videos, so
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
you know.
I don't know. So I don't know. I've
Mm-hmm.
never thought of myself as a very funny person, but
Yeah.
I just I used to be really shy growing up. I used to be
Mm-hmm.
very, very timid. And I
Mm-hmm.
think over the years, just with time, I've learned to
Mm-hmm.
just not care too much what people think.
Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's helped me just kind of be myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky. Just people seem to like who I am
Mm-hmm.
when I'm not trying to be something else. Like if I'm
Mm-hmm.
just trying to be myself, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. And I love people. Like I love making people laugh. I love
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
people feel happy. I work with my normal job. I work with people who are have mental health issues or
Mm-hmm.
are struggling with drugs, and so people who are in crisis. And so
Yeah.
you know, people who are going through hard times, and so
Mm-hmm.
um, the way I cope with it and the way I help them cope with it is through humor. You know, so I really
I understand. Let me tell you something then. I am a disabled person at birth. I had to overcome two hindrances in my life:
yeah.
rejection from family, because I was the first grandson, and
Oh
this
wow.
first one was disabled. My father's family never accepted me, but my
Yeah.
father is a hero because my mother and my father are together.
Wow.
And another hindrance that I had was when because I have something called triplegic palsy, so
Mhm.
I can't walk properly. I need help. I have
Okay.
half of your balance. I need help to go here and there. And
Yeah.
once a doctor told my parents that they should give up on me because I would never
Wow.
speak, I would never talk,
Wow.
I would be in bed my whole life. And today I'm
Wow.
talking to you, and I
Yeah.
am I
In
am
English.
exercising your language that I
Yeah.
love. I am so proud of your language because your language gave me a career.
Oh.
So, you know how Brazilians are warm people? I met
Yeah.
you a couple days ago, like, I mean, in person, quote unquote. But I have already seen your content on TikTok and YouTube and whatever. And
Yeah.
I said, I need to bring him to the channel because he's funny, he's amazing. The story that you're telling now, I believe that people always meet for a reason. The kind of job that you do for me is amazing because I know how hard it is to be different,
Yeah.
not to be in the patterns that society wants us to be. I am a non native English speaker and English teacher. What do you think of this?
In my opinion, I think it's a little. I mean, it has its positives and its negatives. So I think a positive is, for example, me being an English speaker since I was born.
Mm,
I don't think about the language from an outside perspective. So
yeah,
you have a huge advantage because you've had to learn the language. So you
yeah,
see it from an outside perspective. You've had to learn the grammar principles. Yeah,
yeah,
someone who is grows up speaking a language, they don't
yeah,
understand the grammar principles like someone who learns it later on.
yeah,
So I think it's a huge advantage,
yeah.
and it's inspiring. Your story is
Mhm.
very inspiring to how you were able to fight all that all that adversity
Yeah,
to be able
yeah.
to make a career out of something you love. That in my
Hmm.
opinion,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
super inspiring. I think that's very
Thanks to
awesome.
your language. Thanks to your language,
Well, I'm
you
also
know?
grateful for your language, for
Yeah.
Portuguese.
What is the advice that you can give my audience to keep studying English?
I think, in my opinion, it's more effective to be consistent than to, like, for example, if you
That
can only study even 5 minutes a day, in my opinion, that's better than studying an hour once a week. You know what I
hmm
mean? In my
Yeah.
opinion, being consistent with it, doing a little bit every day is going to help build it up in your mind. And also try to immerse yourself with it.
hmm
Try to Try to fill as much of your life with it as you
Yeah.
can. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah.
You
Let me
know,
tell
people
you
are,
two things.
yeah,
Consistency is the word that I use all the time to tell my students. And I have a video on my channel, which the title is I Make Mistakes in English Every Day.
yeah.
If we don't make mistakes, we don't learn from them.
Mm, exactly.
My friend Jace or Jacinho, nobody's perfect.
I have over 400 YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and I make mistakes in Portuguese, and I make
Yeah.
mistakes. I've
Hmm.
made mistakes in every single video, but
Hmm.
I have a friend
Hmm.
who wants to do YouTube, but
Hmm.
he wants to speak perfectly before he starts doing YouTube. I told him, you're never gonna do YouTube then. You gotta just go for it. Just start. You'll make mistakes and learn as you go. Even though I make mistakes in every video,
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
Portuguese improves every video.
Yes,
You know
of
what I mean?
course. Of
Yeah.
course. And people embrace it. I have made many friends because of English. And
Mm.
all of the friends that I've made around the world, most of them have your profile. They have an open heart. They are an open book. And when you come to Brazil again, you have to come to visit me and meet my family, meet my wife, meet my
I would
parents,
love to.
and it will be a pleasure to have you here. For me, friends are the family next in line,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know? And now we can play the rapid round game. I'm
Let's
gonna
do it.
start.
I'm
All right.
excited. I'm nervous and excited as well.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah.
My
Okay.
family is
United.
Brazil is
Amazing.
Portuguese is
Beautiful.
YouTube is
Fun.
friends are
Important.
the most beautiful word in Portuguese is
Churrasco.
uh, you make me go out of the interview, man. I tell you that you crack me up, you know. My next station will be
Live in Brazil.
wow. Now I am on the hot seat and you can ask whatever you want.
YouTube is.
A great journey,
Friends are.
everything.
Family is.
My foundation.
Challenges are.
I go through challenges every single day, my friend. Every single day.
Victory is.
Talking to a guy who's starting a YouTube channel and fell in love with Brazil, and you can identify yourself with the person because the person is very awesome.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Music is.
Food for the soul.
My favorite song is.
Oh, you got me there.
It's a tough one.
There's so
Tough.
many. I don't want to say a Madonna song because it's going to be cliche because I'm a Madonna fan. I went to school to learn English
That's
because of
okay.
Madonna. The show must go on from Queen.
Oh, I love it. I love it. My favorite word in English is
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Ooh, I like.
Do you want to know why?
Yes, I do.
No matter what you go through, there will always be a new tomorrow.
Dang, dang, that's awesome. I was not expecting this interview to be so inspiring.
Uh,
I don't know. I feel so inspired. I feel thank you. Thank you. This is an
Thank
amazing
you
experience.
for thank you for accepting doing this interview with me, and
Anytime.
we're heading to the end of the interview, and for every guest I have a sentence, a quote, a takeaway. I read a book once called Tears of a Clown. Even clowns cry. Sometimes they wear makeup to make people laugh, but they're broken inside. And life is ephemeral. Life is fast. Life is everything. I like to have friends. I am crazy about my family, my wife, my children, my parents. I love communication because I can't walk properly. I'm not ashamed. What I can do is sitting with you and have a good conversation. Because people can't and won't expect from me anything that hurts the other one. Like, I'm talking to you, I respect you. As Arita frankly says, RESPECT for everybody. And I think we have to bring peace to the world. That's
Uh,
what we need right now. That's why I
Absolutely.
thought you were so funny. That's why I tried to talk and inviting you for an interview. I said, the guy's huge in Brazil. He's not going to even care about me. But
Oh,
here you are. And I think I could be your father or your older brother because I am over 40. Thank you for doing this interview.
absolutely.
Thank you for making the people in my country laugh, for being so spontaneous,
Absolutely.
you know?
Thank you. Honestly, this is the best interview I've ever participated in. So
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
that. And for me, it's not about the number of followers you have. For me, it's about what's in your heart. It's about what you have in here, and you have an amazing heart. You have an amazing heart. You're an amazing person, and without a doubt, you changed a lot of people's lives, and you put a lot of smiles on people's faces, and you did that for me today.
As you said, doesn't matter the number of followers that you have, doesn't matter how many play buttons you have. If you don't put your heart on your videos, people are not going to like you. Or
Exactly.
maybe you're going to have one video here that people like, another video there that people like, but it's not going to be the same. You are awesome.
Thank you.
And thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this interview. I
Thank you.
feel
I appreciate.
honored and humbled to have you here and to see that flag on your wall. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
I appreciate you, and thank you for loving my language as well, and for inviting me. Thank you so much.
People, this was my friend. Plug yourself before we go, please. How people can find you.
Yeah, just Gringo Jacinho in everything: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere you want to find me, just put in Gringo Jacinho.
Well,
Yeah.
people, I talked to this gentleman here. I'll put his links in the description below. It was a pleasure to have you on the channel.
Thank you.
See you next time, people. Bye bye. Thank you. See you.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Rod's friend here, Gino from Real Everyday English. Sorry for interrupting your video. I just want to make a quick recommendation that you subscribe to Rodrigo's channel. He's an amazing guy, he's so humble, he's so dedicated, and he creates absolutely fantastic content. See you people soon. Bye bye, God bless.